Dr. Richman from California. How are you doing today?
Excellent. Thank you for having me.
Oh, please. It's my immense pleasure to have you. I've been checking out your website, Dr. Richard Richman, and you are a holistic chiropractor from
Yes.
from the San Francisco Bay. And your website says quantum holistic medicine. So could you explain to us, and my Facebook group, Healing Naturally Inside Out, what is a holistic approach to chiropractor practice and kinesiology as part of it, and your practice and what you do, and a little bit of your background, okay?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me, first of all. I have another whole group here, so I'll be looking around as I do this lecture. Basically, I'm an evolutionary quantum biologist. And what that means is we're going through a big evolutionary change right now on Earth. And by being able to feel energy, which is quantum, that's energy is a quantum part of it. Quantum physics has been established in the West here for well over 60 years. I put together the idea of our evolutionary shift working with quantum physics. And I got my degree at National Holistic University of Sciences in Chicago that was founded in 1902 and put together another whole segment of energetic medicine on top of the biology, which I got my doctorate in. So I call it holistic because it handles the physical alignment, nutritional elements, acupressure, homeopathic, working with toxicity of the body, and all the energetic, subtle energies taught by the the Eastern Ayurvedic medicine, which we have been totally deprived of. And
Yes.
That's why the United States is 35th in the rating and the World Health Organization. We should be at the top of the pile, but
Absolutely.
We're way down 35th because the doctors have not been educated in this subtle, in the Ayurvedic energetic portion of medicine, which has been around how long? 5,000 years.
Yes.
So we've got a little catching up to do, and I'm here to help that whole movement along. And so if we're putting together the West and the East in a very practical way by using our strength, and basically the physical, nutritional, emotion, that's all the holistic, but we're adding in the quantum part of it, which is the Eastern energy, Ayurvedic energy.
Why is energy so important?
Because it's the basis of our whole foundation of living. If you look back, I can give you the whole hierarchy of energy, but basically everything's made up of atoms. It starts with the dense bones and it ends up going into a higher vibration level, up all the way out into the aura, the energy that's around our body. And at some point, we'll educate the people watching about each section and how it's all connected together.
Yes, the reason why I ask this question is because in normal language, you will say, well, this person has such positive energy. But I believe that the type of energy that you're referring to is the energy at the cellular level, right? That can manifest itself to the outside, like you were referring to the aura.
Exactly.
If you're talking about healing, we're talking about our biology, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's all connected.
It's all connected.
Yeah. The densest being the bone, and the least dense, the highest frequency being the aura around our body. And I can feel all that, and you can too. In about a month, we can create a platform in which you can feel everything. It's very exciting. Our next evolutionary shift.
This is such a fascinating topic, and I want this video to be a little bit of a hook. So everybody
Yeah.
in my group, and then
Yes.
later on around the world gets interested in learning more, because
Yes.
this is how we get healthy. In the same way that when I interviewed Dr. Fox and Dr. Barkley, they talked about different aspects of homeopathy, and you just mentioned it here too. So we
Right.
can see that our videos connect, right? They have.
Yeah, essentially, we can all be our own doctors. And that's my goal. This is my mission here in life. This is why I was put here. Is show people how we can be our own doctors.
That is fascinating. And, don't believe the lies that are out there, because nobody will tell you that. Nobody.
No, because
Okay.
it doesn't sell.
Yes, yes.
I mean, there's not like, okay, you take this drug, give me this money, and I'll give you some more drugs.
Exactly, exactly. You're so
Go to
wise.
this big, prestigious hospitals,
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to go to this big prestigious
Yes.
hospital. I'm going to do everything they tell me to. Not because they don't train them that way. They are trained to make a business, to make a profit.
Yes, yes, exactly. So I'm so hopeful that with this new movement, that it has already started, like you said,
Yeah.
years ago, but we're still lagging behind in the West.
Yeah. So what I've done is I put together 6 hard sciences. This is solid sciences that have been around for a long time. And I started out in my professional life as a radiation therapy technologist. I was treating people for cancer at the University of California, San Francisco. So I took the physics out of the radiation therapy, called dosimetry, and put that together with the biology that I got my doctorate in, and put that together with acupuncture, and put that together with kinesiology, but a certain kind of kinesiology, applied kinesiology. And basically, this is a picture that shows you what I'm talking about. You can see the muscle here.
Yes.
And the nerve going to the spinal column, and half the nerve there goes to that level, and the other half at the same level goes to an organ. So you can literally test the muscle and monitor the organs. And the organs can have like 5 different weaknesses. These organs can fall down nutritionally, acupressure, homeopathic, any toxicity. And you could test the muscle and know all of that in seconds.
Wow.
Once you got it hooked up. And it takes about 1 month to hook that up. And that's what we're going to be teaching people in the upcoming events on your program.
And to hook it up, what do you use? Do you use technology, lab work, or a combination of everything?
All we need is me. All we need is your body.
Okay.
God has given us all the tools we need. We just have to be able to know how to hook it up. And I have discovered, and we have developed a really solid state system that everybody is going to be using in the future.
Mm.
This is the platform.
This is going to bankrupt the pharmaceutical companies.
It's
they
so
will
exciting.
go
I feel
bizarre.
I feel so embellished. I feel so honored to be able to put this forward. But I've been praying on this all my whole life. This is my mission. I think about this day in, day out, every day of the week. And here I am presenting it to the world.
Oh, that is so nice. I congratulate you.
And it's guaranteed.
Dr. Richman. And, we are in so much need, because the suffering that people are going through with these treatments. I always thought, you mentioned cancer. It puzzles me that somebody can be injected poison through their veins and be healed. That is so much lack of common sense.
It's backward programming.
Yes.
And we've been through this for 2,000 years. Backward programming. It's all based on fear.
Yes.
So that's one of the goals, is to be able to get the fear out.
Exactly. Lots of people, I believe, that died of COVID, mostly because fear weakened their immune system,
Absolutely.
So third question.
I wasn't quite finished.
Yes, sorry.
This perfect system, the perfect system is the physics I put together, the radiation physics, the biology, the acupuncture, the kinesiology, which is actually testing muscles, but we call applied kinesiology simply because when you test a muscle, we're applying it to the system. And that's why we call it AK, or applied kinesiology. This is being taught in universities now. Okay, all discovered by, put together by Dr. Goodhart. He just put all these systems together and put it into a really solid system that is accepted by the Western world. And I'm here to put in the quantum part of it. And so that's the big deal with me, that I'm putting that together. And it's called energetic Ayurvedic medicine. And then we're adding to that cosmology. How can you ignore the cosmic energy coming in? Because that cosmic energy is charging up the earth. The earth is a battery. That battery is giving us energy, and people do not know what to do with it. Don't know what it is, and they're freaking out. And a lot of the suicides are way up. And we've got to explain, especially to children, what this energy is all about. Why are people committing suicide? So this is a suicide prevention platform. And then last but not least, I put in the spirituality. Okay, who are we? What are we without God? Right? So we put all that together in a solid state system that's absolutely guaranteed of being able, but people have got to participate and do something with this fear, because when this information comes in, it's going to bring up truth. And the truth is going to conflict with the fear. So we've got to be able to put the fear out of our body and be able to program it out. And I've got a system for that that's guaranteed every day.
You know, we have a wonderful member in our group that I interviewed early on, Karina Gonzoli. I like making these connections, and she has a wonderful program for freeing people from fear. But of course, when you know all these things and your protocols, I believe that fear will just collapse, you know, because you start, it will melt. So can you tell us a little bit about the nervous system and how important it is? How does energy, including from the cosmos, I assume that the sun, you know, as such an important star, we need the energy from the sun. I feel so different when I can be in the sun, you know, for a few.
It gives us vitamin D.
Yes.
And we absolutely need that.
Exactly.
But basically, the nervous system is divided into two. The ends of the nervous system, the cervical, the neck, and the low back, are called the parasympathetic spine. It is a nervous system that helps us be calm. And then the very middle of the nervous system, the sympathetic, is a fight or flight nervous system. And the reason God made us this way is because if we break our neck, we can still survive. We can survive through the sympathetic. So if we break our neck, the parasympathetic, then that would shut off the energy from our brain and nervous system. But if we have another half, we can survive off the central nervous system. So our heart and our lungs still work. We still have a pumping mechanism, or vice versa. If you break the mid back, then you can use the parasympathetic system to survive. So you still breathe and your heart is still pumping.
Okay, let me back up 1 second. You mentioned the middle is what keeps us in a fight and flight. And that's where our adrenal glands are. They are in our middle, right?
Yes.
And how
they sit
much
on top of the kidneys.
Exactly. And would you agree that these times, because we're still in post-pandemic times, would you say that it seems to me that everybody's adrenal glands are working harder?
Hyper.
Aren't we in fight and flight mode? So how do you bring the two systems, parasympathetic and sympathetic, back to balance through your practice? Can you tell
Okay,
us?
so you've got to really focus on relaxing exercises, and the one exercise that really helps a lot, or two, would be meditation.
Mm.
But if you're more active, then yoga.
Oh, yes, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm just taking notes of everything that you're saying, but it confirms what I have
Yeah.
known for a long time
Yeah.
and what I practice since
And there's
8.
herbs like chamomile and
Yes.
things like that that can help you relax.
Yes, my daughter Emily always has her chamomile tea and meditation since age 21. I've been
Yes.
doing my first half hour of the day.
Stretching takes the pressure off the nerves.
Very
If
important.
you take an Epsom salt bath at night, that'll help pull the toxins out of your body and help you relax as well.
Okay, I
Yes.
want people to really get interested in knowing
Yes.
more, picking your brain, right?
Yes.
And knowing more about the number of topics. And I know that you have many on tapes already. We have to put them in online course format. That's
Absolutely.
what I offer
Yes.
you wonderful authors.
Yes.
And what is your opinion? This will be my last question, and then you know, we will continue with other interviews in the future.
Sure.
What is your opinion about biofeedback, and how does it help in this context of bringing balance and healing to our bodies through energy?
Absolutely. So this whole concept of being able to reprogram your body is biofeedback, because in our very next segment, and I have to insist, everybody's watching has got to bring more people to the table, because I don't want to keep repeating myself. And I want the people seeing this to be able to share it with other people, so that in future programs, we can all build on this. But basically, we're going to join our body and our mind. Okay. And first, you have to set up a pathway. And this is part of the biofeedback. You set up a neuromuscular pathway, which takes about 2 weeks, with the specific exercise of about 4 minutes, 4 times a day, 4 minutes, 4 times a day. And you do that about 2 weeks, and that'll put in this neuromuscular pathway. And then once you got that pathway, you program with everything in your mind, you program those muscles with your mind. So essentially, you've just joined your body and your mind. That's the secret that everybody needs to learn. Once you do that, you can be able to form a platform with a little bit of exercise and a little bit of know-how, little double-blind studies that you can set up very simply. After about a month, you can be able to form a platform of being able to feel energy. And once you're able to feel energy, that's your biofeedback system that you are now free to go out into the world and be your own master. We have a temple, and we are being able, I'm sharing with you how to master your temple. And you do that with a biofeedback system that you've just put in place yourself. God has given us all the tools. All we have to do is do it. Right?
Do it and use it.
Yeah.
And the simplicity.
Truth, but don't be afraid of the truth, because fear is going to come up. Fear doesn't want truth. So we've got to push that fear away. We've got to deprogram that old program.
Exactly. And you know, only the truth sets us free.
Yes.
So we better be in the truth, and
now,
we would avoid.
For those people who don't want to do this for some odd reason, either no time or no money or too busy, they will not have the vibrational frequency that the earth has. And if they don't have the vibrational frequency for generations, that's going to affect generations to come. If they don't want it now, they're going to go out. They're not going to be able to get back in, because their frequency isn't high enough to be able to re-enter what's going to be heaven on earth.
That is incredibly awesome. And I believe it's the plan. It's the original plan of God when he created us.
This is the Aquarian age of enlightenment. This is the time we're going to have heaven on earth. But it's very special, only for the brave, the beautiful, and the bold.
Okay. Are you calling us beautiful? Yes, we are, all of us. So this is so interesting, and I'm sure that people will want to know more and more. The last challenge, I will challenge you, and I know it's not a challenge because you're so knowledgeable, but this is out of curiosity because I want to understand it better. What comes first? Does our brain can get sick sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So does the brain influence our nervous system, and our nervous system gets sick as well? Or does our nervous system get sick by lack of energy flowing the way it's supposed to? And then that impacts the brain. And so what is first? What comes first? The mind influencing the body, or the body influencing the mind, or both together?
They're both together, but I think it's more the mind. I'm more of a mind kind of guy, because what's happening is we're not educated in the subtle energies of the Far East, like how to ground, how to bring all your energy in your body, how to connect with your higher self and your God self, how to align with your parallel dimensions. That's quantum physics. It's been around since the 50s, the multiverses. How to energize each one of these chakras and know it. But first we have to make that monitor. And then how to spin these chakras and clear your aura with the assistance of your divine angels. And you can put all that together. You can bring in that cosmic energy, the starlight energy, bring it in, clear out your energies in your body, and form this protection around you. And we're going to be teaching all of that. So we have to have people bring as many other people as they can to be able to acknowledge and witness this information that's going to go out and be our future.
That is so wonderful. And I'm such a believer that we can create a movement to counteract what is going on.
Yes.
So we cannot let them win this battle.
No.
Especially if we're in the truth.
The dark forces are coming to surface now because they know they can't exist here with this high frequency coming in. So they're trying to capture, they're trying to push as many buttons, try to create as much fear in the society as possible, so their lower vibrations can hook people and take them to the next prison planet. And that's the goal.
And unfortunately, they are being successful in many cases. But I'm a digital marketer. So what I love is to bring a pattern interrupt. That's the way we call it.
Yes.
So we give it a title, and we will say, hey, people, don't get deceived, because evil is very deceiving. So we have to remain in the truth. So we're running out of time, but this is to be continued, Dr. Richman, because this is a small nugget of a ton of knowledge that you have, and I want people to start following you. And taking your courses that we will put online and everything else. So I immensely appreciate that you joined me today for Healing Naturally Inside Out. And I don't know if you want to say something to our audience, and stay tuned for some more excitement.
Well, the major emphasis right now is to generate more interest in more people, and just to know that good things are coming, much gooder things are coming, but you have to pay attention. You've got to really work at this. It's not anything I tell you it's going to happen. You've got to work, you got to put some effort into this, and there is hope.
And that is so nice to end with that, with hope and also love, because if you're saying to people, bring your friends, bring people who are suffering, to the light, then it means that we're not being selfish people. We want, we want others to benefit from wonderful practices, and they don't have side effects.
No. As a medical intuitive, I'm self-taught. I'm able to diagnose people at a distance. But I need their frequency first. And everybody can do this. This is what we're going to do in the future. And I'm laying out a pathway for everyone.
That is so nice. So thank you
You're welcome.
for your journey, for
Thank
having studied all of this on behalf of us, the people that you serve, because it's a wonderful purpose. So thank you, and we'll stay tuned, okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Dr. Richman.
Okay. Love you dearly.
I love you too.